I am Harlan Schober. I'm the Washington County Commissioner and the 2017 President of the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania. CCAF is a nonprofit, nonpartisan association representing Pennsylvania's 67 counties. I am here with the officers and the members of the association board to unveil our 2017 legislative priorities. Today we announce 4 priorities that represent county's proactive legislation agenda for 2017. Achieving these priorities will improve county government, but more importantly, they will improve our communities and the lives of those we serve. These priorities were selected by our members as the issues with the greatest significance and the greatest potential impact in the coming year. These priorities also reflect our ongoing commitment to providing quality services and to using taxpayers' dollars in the most effective and efficient way possible. We believe the 2017 county priorities are essential for us to continue to successfully provide crucial services to Pennsylvania residents, services that affect our everyday lives, health, and safety. We seek a strong partnership with the administration and with the General Assembly to advance these priorities and to move forward with meaningful reforms. While our priorities span the many responsibilities of counties, CCAP's top priority for 2017 focuses on human services funding and system reform. In state budget discussions, you hear a great deal about schools, nonprofit, and private providers. But we all need to understand the crucial role played by counties, which are on the forefront for the delivery of human services. Mental health and intellectual disability services, housing supports, drug and alcohol treatment, nursing homes, long-term care, juvenile justice systems, and services. These are just a few of the ways counties support the most vulnerable among us, our family members, our friends, our co-workers, and our neighbors. Yet we face increasing challenges in providing these crucial services. Mandates continue to multiply, while funding fails to keep pace or even cut. On top of that, the 6-month delay in state funding in 2015-16 left counties to shoulder the burden. And I would like to say that I am extremely proud of our counties, who stepped up in the face of monumental challenges to ensure the Pennsylvanians continue to receive the services they needed. But we are here today to tell the state as our #1 priority this year that full and proper funding must be allocated in order for counties to continue to protect our residents, and that counties cannot be made responsible in the event of any future state funding delays. I now would like to invite Dauphin County Commissioner George Hartwick, who is chairman of our CCAP Human Services Committee, to discuss in greater detail our goals regarding human services funding and system reform. He will then also share county's priority on preventing substance abuse and drug overdose. George, please.
Thank you, Harlan. Good afternoon. I would like to not be here as the top priority, and understanding the current state of affairs of the budget cycle and the individuals involved in human services, we are at a breaking point. And it's not somebody else's issue. It's our grandparents. It's our family members. This is not something that's an issue that has affected people that are over greats or are homeless. The drug epidemic has reached all sections of our community, and the issues that affect our seniors and our children are all our issues. And passing the buck down and continuously doing so to county taxpayers has become their concern and their issue as well. And to say that the past few years have been challenging for counties is only the tip of the iceberg. We have endured a steady decrease in state funding for core human service programs for more than a decade, including a drastic 10% cut across 7 line items that happened 4 years ago and impacted 67 counties, and that cut has yet to be restored. changes to the child protection system in 2015, resulting in 30 new laws, causing significant increases in referrals to children and youth agencies. In Dauphin County, we alone saw a 128% increase, but no increase in state funding came with those changes to provide critical support for these new mandates, and that has left our system, our children, and our employees strained. The opioid crisis, which in itself is a separate public health epidemic I will address shortly. That has placed additional pressures on county drug and alcohol programs, and we were just talking about that and the impact to our prison systems and to families before I stepped on stage. And on top of that, county human services were pushed to the breaking point during the fiscal year 2015-2016 state budget impasse, when counties were forced to pick up the pieces to ensure human service programs did not shut down. In fact, the average county put up $12 million to make it through a 6-month period. In our county, it was $30 million in human service expenses that we fronted from our reserves while waiting for a state budget crisis to be resolved. As we prepared and approved our 2017 county budgets in December, we were still recovering from the effects of that impasse. We cannot begin to imagine what will happen to our ability to provide services, these critical services, to residents should any future state budget impasse occur, yet we've all heard the talk. We cannot emphasize this enough. Counties must never again be forced to burden residents and potentially affect services because of a state budget impasse. We must protect our clients and defend our taxpayers. We will be exploring with the administration and the General Assembly every available mechanism to assure available funds, including federal funds, are released for human services regardless of Harrisburg's ability to meet its fiscal and budget deadline. But even when budgets are timely, state funding for human service funding must once again recognize the critical importance of these programs, beginning with the restoration of the 10% reductions in the Human Services Block Grant. The Commonwealth must restore funding in these vital programs to their historic levels. We all know that there are waiting lists, there are people waiting for crisis intervention, people waiting for psychiatric services, and guess what, folks? They're ending up in our county prison systems, which should not be the place that they are dealt with. Their needs and the issues that cause them to make decisions should be addressed on the front end, and quite frankly, this type of spending and planning is a penny wise and a pound foolish. That said, we have to acknowledge the state's current fiscal crisis. Both the Independent Fiscal Office and the Governor's Budget Office project a fiscal year 2016-2017 deficit of $600 million and a fiscal year 2017-2018 deficit topping $1.5 billion. The Governor has begun by implementing a number of cost-cutting measures in state administration and operations. We can support administrative consolidations and efficiencies that make sense, just like we work to improve services and run county government every day. But to the extent funding cuts are necessary to reach a balanced budget by June 30th, those cuts cannot be taken from state obligations to fully fund the programs we provide in partnership. That partnership has not worked in both directions. They cannot be placed on the backs of counties and ultimately their taxpayers, or on the backs of clients who are in need. At the county level, we have a statutory and indeed a moral obligation to meet those service needs. Whether it is children, seniors, those with disabilities, or those with addictions, those are commitments we intend to, as commissioners and public servants, honor. So if the Commonwealth should attempt to balance the budget by lessening or abandoning its commitment to fund these programs, they need to understand they have not held the line on taxes. Instead, they have endorsed, if not required, increases in local property taxes. Every legislator, every taxpayer, every family in need should send the message that such a strategy is wrong. Sufficient resources are also critical to another of our county priorities, preventing substance abuse and drug overdose as we address the opioid epidemic. Many people do not realize the role counties play in providing drug and alcohol programs that are responsible for prevention, intervention, and treatment services in our communities. In fulfilling this role, counties are seeing firsthand the impact of the ever-increasing opioid epidemic, which touches all our communities, residents, rich, poor, urban, suburban. It knows no class or socioeconomic boundary. Where we stand here in Dauphin County, we saw 71 deaths from opioid overdoses in 2015. Across the state, an estimated 10 individuals die each day from drug-related causes. Thanks to the work that has taken place in this building, Pennsylvania has taken many positive steps to address this issue in the last several years, providing access to the rescue medication naloxone, establishing a new prescription drug monitoring program, and offering immunity to anyone seeking help for someone suffering from an overdose. Our work does not end there. More can and must be done. Counties, law enforcement, emergency medical personnel, first responders, treatment staff, and community leaders must continue to work together to develop an effective response to the drug overdose crisis. The Commonwealth must provide additional resources and funding to increase local capacity for prevention, intervention, and treatment. And we must implement best practices to reduce community impacts and the number of overdose deaths. We need to treat this public health epidemic as it is, one of the largest public health epidemics we've ever seen in our lifetime. If there were heart disease or diabetes, we would be making the investment in a cure. We need to be able to have that kind of parity to the investment of this addiction issue, which is costing lives of Pennsylvanians. Counties are committed to their role in reversing the drug overdose epidemic, and we will continue to partner with the Commonwealth to meet our responsibility to our residents. At this time, I'd like to turn the microphone back over to our President, Harlan Schober. Harlan? Thank you.
Thank you, George. All of the funding challenges we have noted in our human services priorities can ultimately affect the need to draw on county property taxes, our only local source of tax revenue. Jim Hertzler, CCAP Assessment and Taxation Committee Chair and Cumberland County Commissioner, will now discuss county's priority related to diversifying the county tax base. Jim, please.
Thank you, Harlan, and it's my honor to join my county commissioner colleagues from throughout Pennsylvania in highlighting our priorities this afternoon. Since the start of the new legislative session, talk about school property tax reform has once again been filling some of the halls here at the state capitol. But even though 40 plus years of property tax discussions in Harrisburg might lead you to believe otherwise, schools are not the only local governments relying on the antiquated property tax system for local funding. As you've heard, counties provide a host of mandated services, and not just human services. Courts and correctional facilities, elections administration, and emergency response planning, just to name a few. Counties are only authorized to impose one tax, the property tax, effectively tying our hands when it comes to our ability to determine for ourselves fairer revenue alternatives to finance critical county services and or to reduce on a dollar-for-dollar basis the often onerous and inequitable property tax. On average, about 1/3 of county expenditures are now covered by property tax revenues. And that proportion has been steadily increasing as counties watch service demands increase and state and federal funding decline. For many years, the County Commissioners Association has asked the state legislature to give us additional revenue-neutral taxing options so that we can diversify our tax base and reduce our reliance on the property tax. These options could be a sales tax, an earned income tax, or a personal income tax. Each county could then look at factors like demographics, income, and economics to choose revenue sources that match the relative strengths of different taxes to spread the burden fairly among our taxpayers. Those who advocate eliminating school property taxes often argue that reducing any property tax, regardless of its source, is a benefit to property owners. While that's true, we cannot forget that any tax affects not only the person who pays it, but also the government that must provide critical services and address infrastructure needs in our communities. Counties must have a seat at the table for property tax reform to truly become a reality in Pennsylvania. Otherwise, we will have all missed an opportunity once again to provide meaningful property tax relief for Pennsylvania's taxpayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Our final priority focuses on maintaining the Shale Gas Impact Fee. Tioga County Commissioner Eric Coolidge, who serves as our chair of CCAF's Agriculture Committee and the Natural Gas Task Force, will share how important the impact fee has been to his community and in all communities across the Commonwealth. Eric, please.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good afternoon. Each of our counties has very different communities, very different environments and economies, very different natural resources. In early part of the decade drilling activity in Pennsylvania, we've seen that the natural gas industry has followed this pattern, with counties seeing local impacts affecting them in unique ways. That is why the impact fee enacted under Act 13, 2012, has had such a tremendous benefit in our shale gas counties, because it recognizes our inherent differences by granting us flexibility to address individual needs. Let me briefly share with you our experience in Tioga County. We have invested, let me repeat that, we have invested, not just spent, we have invested our impact fee dollars in short-term, long-term impacts for our community by assisting our local airport with converting their fuel tank dispense jet fuel, allowing life flight helicopters, and to enable them to refuel given a need, an emergency, and also we constructed a hangar in case there is inclement weather. We've also seen where the military Black Hawk helicopters that are aware that we have this fuel to dispense, it's readily available for many needs. The installation of an automated weather observation system benefits pilots flying into Wellsboro, as well as the emergency services who can see the current weather real-time in the EMS facilities. We've also created a scholarship program at Mansfield University and Penn College of Technology to provide financial assistance to students enrolled in ShaleNet or other related fields such as EMS and emergency service training. Our counties have invested, again I'm going to repeat it, have invested funds to address housing impacts, for local infrastructure such as bridge maintenance, and for environmental initiatives. Some have even created grant programs for their municipalities. But we are also setting aside some of those funds for future use, for good reason. We have responsibility to our county property taxpayers to be thoughtful and deliberate in planning for the long term. The development of shale isn't just about a couple of years. And if we do this right, we will take care of the generations to come. We can grow and diversify our economies so that we are not reliant on a single industry. A lesson we learned from the coal and timber boom and bust cycle in the early 1900s. And apart from the benefit of the impact fee, the impact fee has had in Tioga County and other producing counties, it has brought improvements in environmental and infrastructure in all 67 counties. From the Impact Fees Legacy Fund, counties have received dollars for open space purposes and at-risk bridges, as well as providing support for other county investments in housing and environmental efforts. Act 13 also makes distributions to county conservation districts to support their functions in local delivery of state environmental programs. Over the last several state budget cycles, various administration and legislative proposals for severance tax have circulated. And the governor has signaled he will propose it once again for fiscal year 2017-18. Regardless of whether any proposals to place a severance tax on the natural gas industry is considered, our priority is to preserve the current impact fee and its distribution structure to local governments. In this way, we can ensure that counties continue to have the flexibility to address critical infrastructure, safety, training, and economic development needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. In summary, you can find a listing of all the priorities with additional detail in the folders given to you and on our website, which is www.pacounties.org. While there are many other legislative and regulatory proposals that will require our attention, these 4 priorities represent issues where we intend to focus our primary efforts. Pennsylvania's taxpayers need the county government and the Commonwealth to maintain and develop the close working relationship necessary to collaboratively meet these challenges. We call on Governor Wolf and the General Assembly to continue their active engagement with the counties to assure that the critical duties we provide as partners with the state are properly funded and properly structured. That partnership is critical to the county's mission to effectively maintain healthy, safe, and resilient communities. All of us standing here today, and our colleagues in the counties across the state, extend a hand in partnership in this effort. We will continue to offer creative ideas to empower counties to maintain programs and services in the face of fiscal realities. Together, we can implement solutions that better reflect the needs of Pennsylvanians, improve stewardship of taxpayer dollars, reduce costs, increase local flexibility, and ensure the quality of service we provide. We thank you all